Okay, 大家好，这是第9个单元。This is Unit 9, and we'll do the listening first. 所以是你要做听力的部分。All right, the first word up. I'll make it a little bit bigger. So right here we have habitat. Habitat. So the word habit is 习惯. So habitat is actually 栖息地. The natural environment 就是自然的环境 in which an animal or plant normally lives or grows. And so it's like it's a 动物 or 植物，就是正常就是会在那边生活，所以那边可以讲。Now remember like 其实有可能你可以把一个物种就是从亚洲到美洲，然后就是会过得很好，不会有问题，因为有可能是不是它的原来的栖息地，但其实它还可以在那个新的环境还是可以很正常的发展 right? So remember, you know, an animal or plant, you can take it to another place, like lions, for example, 狮子 right? Lions can be in the snow. 狮子可以在一个下雪的地方，它们就是毛会长出来 right? Their fur will grow. So it doesn't really matter that much. Primate is 灵长类的动物. So you have humans, monkeys, and apes. So you have 人类。Monkeys are 猴子 and apes is like 猩猩. The difference between monkeys and apes 就是 monkey 有一个尾巴，ape 没有尾巴. So monkeys have a tail, apes do not. So humans and apes are like the same. 其实人类跟 apes 是差不多，因为apes 也没有尾巴。Humans don't have tails, monkeys do. So if you say you're a monkey, that's actually not true because you don't have a tail. I don't think. All right, there's a couple things. I remember how similar to humans, it's like 98% of the same DNA. Okay, so 就是90%. 所以他们的基因跟我们的基因都是相似度是98度 or 98%, right? So they're very, very similar to us. Their behavior, these bonobos right down here, they're very peaceful, 就是很和平和谐的样子, right? They don't attack as much. And then they're endangered because sometimes people actually eat them. 有一些人喜欢打猎，然后杀他们，吃他们的肉。But the biggest thing is like, it's not just about killing them. A lot of times it's because farms are getting bigger and bigger. 因为农地就是越来越大，所以他们的栖息地越来越小。It's because farms are getting bigger and bigger, and they have less and less space. Okay, but that's not that important. And remember, this is Africa right up here. A lot of dumb Americans, and don't bite in the make one, right? They think that, they think that 非洲是一个国家. A lot of people think that Africa is one country. I think that there's now 55? 现在有非洲有55个国家, right? So you have North Africa right up here, then South Africa, all the Southern Africa, southern, and then you have northern, and then I think about I can't remember. There's a whole bunch of desert, 也有沙漠 in the center. Okay, but you guys can ask. We have some friends from Nigeria. They can tell us a lot more. 我们有一些奈及利亚的学生，他们可以告诉更多关于非洲。Okay, let's keep on going though. A couple things. This is probability. This means 几率, yeah. And so you'll hear them. Possibly is 可能, probably 应该. It's hard to say for sure. 很难说, right? I think so. 好像是. It hasn't been proven. 还没被证明. So basically, it's 不能100%确定, yeah. But you'll hear that. So it's a nice way to, if you don't want to say 一定, you can say hard to say for sure. Probably, okay. Okay, here we go. Let's listen, and then I've got the answers. Here we go.
Unit 9, Recording 2.
Okay, so let's talk a little about the recent work you've been doing with a bonobo named Kanzi. How long have you been studying him?
Since he was a baby. His mother was brought to the U.S. from the Congo, but Kanzi was born in the United States. He's interesting to scientists because of his advanced communication abilities.
Advanced is like
For example, when he was very young, Kanzi began learning human language on his own.
So scientists trained him to speak a language?
No, they didn't train him. He learned it just by listening. He heard scientists talking to his mother. Later, he tried using that same language on his own.
That's just how children learn language. They hear it and then they try to speak themselves.
Exactly.
Kanzi is one smart bonobo.
Yeah, he is. Kanzi was the first ape to learn a human language this way. He started out understanding and using single words, and today he makes whole sentences. He's also able to understand thousands of spoken words in English and can communicate with us using a special keyboard. Oh, and there's one other thing.
What's that?
He also plays the piano.
Wow, he sounds pretty special. I'd love to meet him someday.
Okay, there we go. Scientists are studying Kanzi because he's the first bonobo to learn. 所以现在科学家都在学，就是他们在研究 Kanzi，right？ 因为他是第一个他的物种的可以就是学会 human language，yeah. So I have the answers right here. Sorry, they're not as big as I need them to be. By the way, these are the Unit 9. I didn't. I wrote down all the grammar. So 如果你对那个文法很好奇的话，答案都在这边 ，OK? So you can write those down. 现在可以停顿，然后就是敲一下 right? Okay, so the first thing, he's the first to communicate with humans or learn human language. 就是第一个可以跟人类沟通 right? 外国人很喜欢说沟通 because it's communicate, right? Communicate is 说话、写 email、写简讯，那个手势 it's like you can do things like signals or gestures, right? All of that is communication. 连你穿的衣服也是一种沟通 right? Even the clothes you wear, it's all communication. Okay, the most surprising thing, 最意外的吗？就是算是最惊讶的东西 is that he wasn't trained to use language, right? He wasn't trained, he wasn't taught, 没有被训练 right? 没有被教 he wasn't trained, he wasn't taught. And this is 过去式 remember? Yeah, it's because it's in the past. It's to use language. So 有点像一个孩子 right? If kids, 他们就是会模仿他们的爸妈，也会模仿他们看的电影什么的 right? So children are they learn language from their parents, from their family, from their friends, everything. And he did the same thing. He learned it in the same way. Who does? Children do. 跟人类的孩子一样 right? He heard scientists talking to his mother. 因为他的母亲在 Congo, right? 长大，然后都是好像抓他，然后到美国，然后他就出生在美国 right? So he was born in the United States. His mother was born in Congo, and so he heard 他听到科学家跟他的母亲在讲话 right? Because he heard scientists talking to his mom. I guess he could hear things, yeah? Later he tried to use words to communicate or speak, right? 就是沟通 or 讲话. He can't speak. I'm going to show you a video of Kanzi in a second. Today Kanzi can understand, right? 现在 Kanzi 他会了 thousands 几千个 right? Thousands of spoken words and communicates with people using Now 就是因为他不能真正的讲话，但是他可以听得懂 right? He has a special keyboard, 一个特别的，就是为了他可以专用的键盘 yeah? You'll see it in a second. He also plays piano. 他也可以弹钢琴. And I will show you a video of him. This is him. This is his keyboard. So I don't know if you could just see that.
You want to go to the Peacegate building?
Go. Look at point. Trailer.
那个键盘你可以听到一些字。
Yes. Trailer.
So he can't 真正的讲话 but he can push these things, right?
You want to go over to see? You want
所
to
以
go
他
to the Peacegate
用这些
building
图案来沟通 right?
and see Matata? No, you can't do that. We can do
So they
that.
can communicate but he can't really speak words, yeah?
Well, you can have some juice. We can order you some juice. Oh, does Nathan want juice too? Okay, you do, Nathan? You want some juice? He wants juice too? You would like some juice?
So he just saying 我想喝果汁 right? So pushing things like 因为他按点他就是可以得到他想要什么的东西
Okay, you do, Nathan?
Pretty
You want
cute,
some
yeah?
juice? He wants juice too?
Okay. And this is Kanzi playing piano.
He's in here.
Okay, not really that amazing at piano. Here's another version.
Good grammar and spelling are
等一下
important. But if you want to write essays that inspire,
And this is that keyboard, 就是那个键盘 yeah.
Sweet potato.
And so 他说地瓜在哪？他就指那边。So
Liz.
Kanzi knows what, you know what
Liz is
sweet
there
potatoes are. 他懂什么东西是地瓜。
over there? Thank you.
Okay, so this is the go tone. That's what they mean by communicate. All right, so these are the answers. Let's move on. Yep. Okay, here we go. So connections. The only word I care about is clone, 克隆, right? A genetic copy 都是 it's like 基因的复制的东西 of an animal that has been made in a lab using the DNA of another animal. 就是用另外的动物的 DNA 就是你在实验室就是生产一个新的东西 I can show you guys like a clone. So 现在他们好像可以有羊的克隆什么的 right? But clones often have body problems. 他们好像没有活很久，他们有很多身体的毛病 They have a lot of problems. These are mammoths, yeah? And you know, this is all about 我们应该要不要有克隆 right? And there's some reasons for that. Maybe a little bit later I can show you a little video. And then there's the reading section. 阅读没那么重要 right? There's a couple things. Average lifespan in the wild 就是野生的大象可以活70年 70 yes 70 years. So remember that because that might be on the test, right? They can live sorry, that's not very clear. I'll write it down here. 70, yeah? And there's another thing. Female elephants live in family groups called herds, okay? So 一群的大象 is a herd of elephants, okay? 就是公的大象差不多14岁就会离开那群的 right? 那母的就是会一辈子在跟那群的大象就是一起活着的 yeah? And then poachers are 非法的猎人嘛，就是打猎的非法的打猎的人 yeah? And ivory tusks that's their 那个角 yeah? Okay? Ivory is 百象 yeah? Or is it 百象 yeah, sorry. All right. Any questions there? That's about good. That's all I don't really care about that too much. Okay. Let's look at speaking real quick. There's one word that matters. And this is pesticides, which is it 农药. So pesticides are things that you put on plants. Chemicals put on plants to kill insects. 因为你要杀昆虫 okay? 所以就是你把一些化学料放在那个植物上 right? So you put chemicals on plants, and then by doing that, you can kill the insects. And it can be very, very important to do this because animals will eat your plants. It's like 如果你要做有机的 organic 很难，因为就是很多就是小动物还是昆虫都会吃掉你的农作物 right? So pesticides can be very, very important. Some people think they're bad. 有一些人觉得是不好的，因为不健康。That's up to you. Okay, here we go. The writing is not important. Okay, if you're curious，那些写作的部分，就是要怎么说，用说服力，就是说我们要保护地球，不同的物种什么的。It's about like protecting the earth and things like that. I don't really care too much about that. And then if you want to like 加强一些写作的东西，你可以看这些 right? You can look at this, but we don't have that much time for that. Not important. Okay, let's watch the video. 我们看那个影片之后就差不多。Okay, here we go. Alright, alert is like a 警报, a warning 警告. An alarm is like a 警报的系统, right? So, you know, like a 闹钟, that's an alarm, right? You have an alarm clock. An alert is, 比如说有地震，就是政府会就是会发一些简讯. That is like that's an alert. Anesthetic is 麻醉药. A drug that stops pain 就是止痛 or causes you to fall asleep 或是会造成你就是睡觉, right? Collar, remember collar is like a 项圈, an item that an animal wears around its neck. 就是动物会就是在那个脖子上就是会戴的一个东西. And verb is to capture an animal. So collar 就是项圈也有动词意思，就是抓住捕捉一个动物. Yeah, GPS, you know what GPS. Global means 地球. Positioning is like 位置 and system is 系统. A tool that allows you, 所以一个工具 that allows you to locate 就是允许，就是让你可以有办法可以 locate 就是找到一个人的地点 right? Locate is to find somebody, find their location, or follow people or things on Earth, right? And then intercept is like is it like I'm almost done forgetting what intercept is. It's like I'll put it up later. So it's 就是你 this is like 打扰 right? Or 就是阻止 and stop something from happening. 就是不让一个东西发生. Intercept is like 拦截 right? You kind of steal it. And then tag, a tag is like a 标签, a device attached to someone or something that sounds an alarm. So 那个 tag 就是比如说你没有买衣服你就出去 right? 有可能有一个标签 that's kind of what it means by tag. You know, if you go to a clothes store and you don't buy something and you go out and the alarm sounds, sometimes it's on accident. But it's a tag can also be 不一定有跟警报有关 right? It doesn't always have to do with an alarm. A tag could just be like any type of like usually like a piece of paper that you attach to something with a string or something. All right, and then to put a tag on something or to put a tag on someone or something. So tag 跟 collar 一样，也是一个动词 right? 所以就是如果你把一个标签放在贴上去一个东西或一个人，那就是你 tag them. Yeah, so it's also a verb. All right, elephants live in a group called a herd. Remember, 一群的大象就是 herd. The female lead in an elephant herd is called a matriarch. So matriarch, there's different types of societies out there. The matriarch just means like the 最伟大的人就是母的 right? Now patriarch is the opposite. I can show you real quick. We'll go right here. Matriarch. Oh, sorry, right here. So a matriarch, 女家长, right? 女族长, and then patriarch is the opposite, right? It's the male leader, 是家长, 族长, right? And so patriarchal, 台湾应该是一个 patriarchal, right? 父权制的, right? So matriarchal is 母权制的, right? Matriarchal, which is what elephants are. Pretty crazy, yeah? All right, so everyone in the herd follows her, 就是所以在大象那个母的是最厉害的, yeah? Okay, we're gonna watch these videos. They're not very exciting, and then I will give you the answers, and that will be it.
That is actually a kilometer wide, but it's working well.
Today, the team is collaring an elephant with a state-of-the-art device that might save its life. A tag that sends an alert when the animal nears a farm.
Many elephants across Africa get shot because they cause damage to human property, to crops, to livelihoods, and indeed they kill people. You want every high-tech option that you can deploy.
High tech, 高科技.
Ian Douglas Hamilton searches for a herd, scanning the landscape by air, while researcher David DeBalin's team is on the ground.
The white guy is up there. 那个白人在飞机。
Sorry, Ian?
Where I'm circling, there are two groups of elephants tightly under the trees.
He's found them in a perfect place. We don't want to lose them because, they're not quite often at the moment around. So we want to take that opportunity, dad them, put a collar, because we know them from our past experience. They will defend so much. And if we have 4 cars, we can position ourselves in different positions to make sure that the females would not see the female that has gone down.
They identify the female to be colored.
That's it.
That's the anesthetic, the 麻醉药。
She's down. She's down. Okay, let's get a good position. Right.
Once she's unconscious, DeBalin has only 20 minutes to attach the collar. The anesthesia makes the trunk muscles go slack.
Go slack 就是没有
A stick
力，就是
will keep her airway open. This particular collar will do what Douglas Hamilton once only dreamed of. It will allow an elephant to communicate with him. The collar sends its alert to a cell phone via text message. This high-tech innovation is called geofencing. When an elephant crosses a virtual fence line, the GPS unit in the collar sends an SMS or text message to a server in Nairobi. The server then sends text alerts to a list of recipients who can quickly intercept the herd before it reaches a farm or human settlement.
Settlement 就是人住的地方。Okay. All right. And so people kill elephants， 就是有一些人会杀大象，因为他们的那个白象牙的，or is it 白象？right? And then and because that 好像有一些中国什么的，觉得那个白象牙嘛，可以就是当做一种药，right? Some people believe that these tusks right here, they can use that for medicine, or it's like good for luck and things like that. All right, Ian Douglas Hamilton, he's the Byron, and the Hayren is David DeBalin. And by the way, Douglas Hamilton, 他有2个姓氏. That he has 2 last names. That's pretty special. Maybe it's because his parents divorced, 有可能因为他爸妈离婚了，或他们都觉得我们都要挂我们的姓氏. Maybe it's because his parents both wanted their last name on. I don't know. But usually, I think Douglas is the father. Maybe Hamilton is the mother. Who knows? So Ian Douglas and David DeBalin locate 就是找到 and then follow 就是跟踪 a herd 一群的大象. Ian is in remember the airplane. So we come down here. He's in an airplane, right? And David is on the ground. Okay. So it's like David 在地上, right? And Ian 在那个飞机里, right? When they identify 就是确认那个matriarch, right? 最大的那个母的就是她的身份. When they identify the female to be, remember, collared. So collared 是象征也是 what? 就是抓到的意思, right? 捕捉的意思. They shoot her, right? Shoot her is like kind of like 开枪就是打到她, right? With the 麻醉药, with the anesthetic. They shoot her with the anesthesia, right? The anesthetic drug, so this is 麻醉药的那个药物, right? Drug is 药物, causes her to fall down, 造成那个大象就是掉下来. Once she's unconscious is 无意识. The team has only 20 minutes to attach so 只有20分钟 attach 贴上去 attach the collar 上圈. And that's because 20分钟之后那个大象就会起来. It will allow the elephant to 就是允许那个大象可以 communicate. 那个大象不会直接联络，但是是那个项圈. So it's the collar is going to be communicating. with Douglas Hamilton by sending in alert to a cell phone via text message. 所以就是会发射一个警报 right 那是到那个好像给 Douglas Hamilton 的手机 and then text message 是简讯 This is really really big because elephants 有可能会攻击人但是他们会就是破坏农作物 right so a lot of farmers don't like elephants because they can be dangerous and especially because they kill crops and things like that Alright, so an elephant crosses a virtual fence line, so it's like a 虚拟的栅栏线, right? This is the virtual fence line. So 跨越 is crosses, right? And because they want to protect people and they want to protect crops and they don't want the elephants to be killed. The GPS in the collar sends a text message. I think is that D? Let's see. Yes. Next one is D. The GPS in the collar 就是所以项圈里的 GPS 都是发射一个简讯 sends a text message to a server in Nairobi. Nairobi is like a bigger city. It's 好像是比较大的城市. All right, the server, okay, gets it 收到 right 这边是那个 server 就是收到了 and stops the herd before it reaches a human settlement 就是不允许那群的大象就是到一个人住的地方 The human settlement is anywhere where humans live. It could be 5 people or it could be a city. So settlement 就是有可能一个人住还是几百万人住的地方 right? And then a person sends an alert. So 一个人 sends an alert 就是那个传了一个警报 to a list of recipients and 就是受赠人 are recipients. And what that does is they need to get a whole bunch of people. 好像他们要派一群人都是阻止那个大象，有可能会用麻醉药还是杀走那些大象。So there's going to be people who scare away the elephant herd or something like that. All because we're trying to protect elephants. All right, so the answers are right here. Airplane ground collar 20 collar communicate alert CDBA. Thank you so much. We're done.